Guys, most rich people really don't have a desire to look rich. In fact, many rich people try to look poor on the outside, or they try to at least look average on the outside. On this video, I have 8 reasons that I want to share with you why, for the most part, many rich people try to look poor on purpose. Now, hey, if you get anything at all out of this video, do me a favor, share this video and hit the like button below. Now, let's jump right into it. Now, guys, the first reason rich people try to look poor is simply for privacy and security reasons. Many rich people try to downplay their wealth to avoid becoming targets of scammers and crime or any unwanted attention. Look, when you have money, the last thing you want to do is draw attention to yourself. And many rich people tend to value the ultimate thing they have, which is privacy and the security that comes with that privacy. Now, the second reason that many rich people try to look poor is just because of humility and values. Guys, believe it or not, some rich people actually prioritize humility and being grateful for what they have. And that means being humble with what they've been blessed with. And so a lot of them have no desire to flaunt that wealth. Many of them believe in being low key and being very, very modest. Or they've just been raised with certain values that are not all about displaying what they have or displaying their wealth to the world. The honest truth is this, guys. When you have a lot and at the same time you're very sensitive to the fact that a lot of people in this world are hurting and don't have very much, it's easy to lose the desire to show off what you got. Now, the third reason that a lot of rich people try to look poor is because of relationships. Let me explain it to you this way, guys. Genuine relationships, when you have a lot of money, is hard to come by sometimes. And so appearing less rich or appearing poor can help you form better, real, genuine relationships. And it can reduce the risk of attracting the wrong people, right? The wrong people would be the people who only want to get to know you because of your money, or they only want to befriend you because of your wealth. I mean, let's keep it real. Rich people are not always sure if the people that are around them, friends, family, associates, if they're only around them just for the money or just to be near the money or to get a piece of the money. It's hard to figure that out sometimes as a person that has money, right? And that makes it real hard to form real, genuine relationships. Now, number 4 is this. Rich people are human too, and they don't like the extra added judgment that comes with this stigma of having money or the stigma of being rich or wealthy. And so a lot of rich people want to avoid the judgment that comes with being wealthy. There's a real piece out here in our culture that says if you have a lot of money, you must have got it by exploiting less fortunate people or hurting somebody else so you could have the money. And that having money, being rich or being wealthy is somehow evil. There's a piece of the culture that's out there that really says that and really thinks that. And rich people fear being judged. And so sometimes people that are rich or people that are wealthy, they avoid that stigma and they avoid being judged or envied for their wealth. And so by appearing less affluent, they hope to prevent some of these negative perceptions about rich people. We all know that people are really hurting in our society, in many societies around the world. And this negative connotation that comes with the people who have money, it's a real thing. And a lot of rich people, they want to avoid that altogether. How can they do it? Well, by looking poorer and trying to fit in and looking average and looking modest and not flaunting their wealth. Now, the 5th reason that rich people tend to want to look poor or try to look poor is for long-term financial stability. The elephant in the room. Look, I'm going to state the obvious here. It's cheaper and less expensive to look poor. See, most rich people, they are too busy reinvesting their money into businesses, into the stock market, into assets and things that are typically going up in value as opposed to flashy things. So most rich and wealthy people, their money is working hard for them in the background, not up front where everybody can see it. And this is what ensures that they have long-term financial stability with that money. See, it's the rich person who wants to have their money out front and looking good in front and have less money in the back working hard, those are the rich people who go broke. Those are the rich people who don't have money 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now. But the average wealthy person or the average rich person, what they're doing is they're thinking long term with their money, not short term. And so they're playing the long game with money. And so rich people understand that they have to put their money back into making more money and not caring so much about what they look like in the front or look like on the outside. And let me say this, guys. A lot of rich people, like every other group, they usually have their own things that they really enjoy spending money on. It could be a passion, it could be a hobby, or just a love of something that they really enjoy doing that we don't necessarily see out front, but it's their preference. But for long-term financial stability, they don't blow all their money on these habits that aren't bringing more money back into them and helping them continue to build their wealth for the long term, right? They keep that spending on those habits and those passions in check. Now, number 6 is this. The sixth reason that many people who are rich try to look poor is simply for personal comfort and preference. Some rich people just don't have a preference of buying a lot of expensive things, and they just prefer the comfort of a more modest lifestyle. Hey, it's comfortable to be comfortable. And oftentimes, guys, this comfort is less assuming, right? Very unassuming and chill, right? And it can look kind of poor, right? It looks very average because the most expensive things are not always the most desirable things. Even though a rich person can afford it, there's a certain level of comfort that comes with not rushing out and buying the most expensive this and the most expensive that. And hey, it's just peace and comfort when you're able to walk into a store, dressed down, looking very modest, knowing that you can afford everything in the store, but being disciplined, being reserved, and just being a regular person. Now, number 7 is this. Oftentimes, guys, rich people prefer to look poor because they just have other philanthropic reasons. Some rich people are just really, really sensitive to the plight of other people or people that are less fortunate or people that don't have as much as they have. And they decide to use a lot of their money for charitable causes rather than spending a lot of money on themselves and a lot of money on things or personal luxuries, right? There's rich people that choose a very modest lifestyle so they can allocate more of their resources towards helping out other people. If you ask me, would I rather have a Rolex watch or donate money to my local food shelter? I'm going to choose the food shelter because I'm one of those people who I don't like to have a lot of jewelry and all these things on the outside looking a certain way. I'd rather give that money to help out somebody else. Now, I'm not saying that all rich people are like that, and I'm not saying that you have to be like that. But I'm saying that there's some people who are wealthy who are like that. And it's not to say that having or buying expensive things are bad or good, but it's just to say that there's some rich people that having a lot of things just don't turn them on. Now, number 8 is this. The 8th reason why a lot of rich people tend to try to look poor is simply avoiding the pressure of the appearance of looking wealthy. Guys, maintaining a rich look or a wealthy appearance can be both stressful and it can be demanding. By choosing to look a lot less affluent, a lot of rich people prevent this extra pressure and the added expectations to simply display their wealth all the time. As I said before, guys, it costs money to look rich, but it also costs a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of extra anxiety and stress to look rich. So a lot of rich people, they try to avoid that stress and that uneasiness that can sometimes come with having to always feel like they're on stage because everybody sees them and expects them to look a certain way. And we're talking millionaires, not the billionaires, but a lot of rich or wealthy millionaire types of people. They're just simply not out here looking rich. They're not out here living up to this stereotype that's put in front of us on social media or TV or movies, whatever it may be. They're not out here living up to that. Matter of fact, most of them are trying to look poor and purposely avoiding the pressure of appearances. And they do it oftentimes by living below their means. Now, hey, if you want to build wealth and get to that next level with your money, I've got 13 money saving tips to help you live below your means so you can save and invest more money for your future. Check out that video right here next. Drop me a comment and let me know what you thought about this video. And don't forget to share it with your friends, your family, your network of good people. Peace.